At the risk of sounding dense, I want to just keep going with this conversation because I think it's been great so far.
It's the theme of this day.
Yeah.
This is an intense group of powerful wanters who have practiced the art of resistance for quite a while.
So over lunch, my wife and I were talking about how this works. So in what I'm wanting, it seems to me that the small irritations that I have in my life cumulatively are much more detrimental to me than the large things I'm trying to accomplish or manifest. So
good way of saying it, except we wouldn't say cumulatively as if they're piling up into something bigger. We would say consistently as they hold me consistently out of alignment. And
right.
There's a difference.
Okay. So in a situation like that, where I have something that would be a small irritation, an irritation that in my estimation would last 10 seconds or less, somebody tailgating me or those types of things where it's fairly quick. At that moment, is it in my best interest to do the best I can to feel good about that? Making statements like maybe this person's needs to get somewhere very quickly, whatever I can do to help that.
Whatever it is. 10 seconds, not a problem. 17, a problem.
Because it'll attract more.
Under 17 seconds, there's no punch to it. But once it hits that 17-second mark, then law of attraction kicks in exponentially.
So in a situation like that, where it's irritation, is there any benefit to me, or is it necessary for me to do some of the process you talked about earlier, which is trying to find an emotional feeling that replaces irritation with something more appropriate to the scale?
We like the direction you're going here. The reason that we're talking about these manifestations that have information in them is because most people have had these irritations, and they haven't been doing the work that you're proposing that you will do. So it ends up in a manifestation that now they've got the manifestation, and now they're really negatively focused because of the manifestation. So they're even less likely to shift the energy now the manifestation has happened, unless you've got hold of some really good tools like we're talking about here today, where you really take the time. But that is time consuming. You saw how much time we spent with several people, and during segment of lunch, Jerry said, I don't think anybody ever was really able to identify what their emotion was, because they're still sort of clueless about what the underlying emotion is, or the underlying vibrational stance is that is causing these results. The results are clear and obvious, but the reason for them not so much, because you have not been accustomed to thinking of yourselves as vibrational transmitters. You think of yourself as action-oriented. You think of yourself as effective, as good communicators, at good action people. You know how fast you type. You know how fast you drive. You know how fast you walk. You know how many miles you can run in an hour. In other words, you have equated yourself or described yourself through action for so much longer than you have been defining yourself through emotion or through vibration, that we know it feels awkward at first. But someone like you who has been listening for a while and really understands vibration, if someone is tailgating you and you feel irritation about it, and you notice your irritation even before you say something about it, or you say something about it and recognize that you're feeling irritation, the quickest way to get to a improved vibration about that is to say, how is the source within me looking at this situation? Having that question posed and ready for yourself to answer is a very good thing, because then you would say, well, source would always give them the benefit of the doubt. Your source would understand that no matter how egregious their behavior, that they're out there on the raw and ragged edge, and that it's not a personal thing that they're doing to you, and it's not a proclamation of your goodness or badness. It's only a vibrational match to what you've been feeling. So then you say, well, my source would give them the benefit of the doubt, and I haven't been clearly because I'm irritated. And then you would look in your rearview mirror and say right out loud, tailgater, what is it that I'm thinking about you, that I'm using as my excuse to not be who I really am? Well, I'm thinking that you're rude. I'm thinking that I must not be as good of a deliberate creator as I want to be, or you wouldn't be tailgating me, is what I think I'm thinking. I must not be doing as well as I thought I was doing. Thank you, tailgater, for being the manifestational evidence that lets me know where I'm going, how I'm doing vibrationally. So what's the underlying feeling in that? Is it one of defensiveness? Is it one of not enoughness?
But if I turn it upon myself, it would be self-scrutiny, I suppose, because I'm allowing this situation to irritate me and to throw me off of my vibrational balance.
I'm mad at myself for not maintaining my balance because of something as insignificant as this. So then you stop and you say, well, my emotions are not insignificant. I'm glad I'm having this feeling of upheaval, because this vibration was within me before you tailgated me, or you wouldn't have tailgated me. And now I'm having the emotional response to your tailgating me, which is all good information. So good for me. I'm aware of how I feel, and good for me. I'm aware that I'm irritated, and good for me. I'm aware that it's silly for me to be irritated, and good for me. I'm glad that I'm a deliberate creator. And thank you, tailgater, for showing me that I'm a little more raw and ragged than I've been admitting to myself. And I feel better for having had this co-creation with you. And I harbor no ill will to you. I don't know what's going on in your life. Clearly, you're out of whack a little bit, and I must be a little bit too, because here we are out of whacking together. And I wish you the very best as you are moving along your merry way. And thank you for this intervention, which has clearly helped me to realize what I've got going on here at very subtle levels that I didn't even know was going on. And I feel better for having had the experience. And thank you for this clearing process, because now I'm expecting more clear sailing as I'm moving along. Just with that 68 seconds or more of conversation, you have moved that vibration to a place where it was not before. And now you feel better for it. The air is fresher. You feel more alive. You feel more enlivened. You feel more eager. You feel more passion. You feel more deliberate. You feel more focused. Good enough?
Good enough. Thank you.
You are the pioneers on the leading edge, and it is time, and it's why we are here. It's time for you in your now to reap the benefit of the work that you are doing while you are here. Future generations will benefit dramatically by what you've sifted out and by what you've asked for, because they're not resistant to what you've asked for when they come in. But as soon as they get here, they meet one of you, dear well-meaning parents, who says to them, I'm so glad you're here. I've been waiting for you. I've lived a lot of life, and I've become very wise. And I have a long list of things that I need to tell you so that you'll be safe. There are a lot of bad things in this world, and I know where most of them are, and I'll point them all out to you. And the personal experiences that I have been fortunate enough not to live about those bad things, I've picked up information about them from other people. I subscribe to this news service and these online chat groups, and I have a long, long list of things that I promise you I will not let happen to you. And I will tell you about all of them as you're old enough to understand them. And we say, well-meaning parents of planet Earth, do you not understand that they're coming to teach you? That they are remembering that all is well, that they are the culmination of all that all of you have lived, that they are the fresh new insight, that they are those who are knowing that they can be or do or have anything that they want, that they are being born from the basis of understanding that well-being is the platform from which everything comes forth and is the platform of everything that remains here. Do you know that they're coming forth with a guidance system that is within them, and they are so close in their vibration that if it were not for your worry, there would be no gap in their vibration at all? And that the more you tell them that there are things to worry about, the more you help them to widen their gap, until later on they're going to have to come to a seminar like this to learn how to close their gap. Well-being is the platform that is at the basis of everything that is. And it is time for you, really it is, to begin to reap the benefit of what you have set forth into your vibrational escrow. We think you are understanding what we've said rather clearly. Do you accept that you are more than you are here in this physical body? And did our depiction of law of attraction register to you in a logical way? And can you accept that you've been feeling some eagerness and passion? And can you now, as you play it back in your own mind, doesn't it make sense to you that that eagerness that you felt was your allowing yourself to be a vibrational match to the way your source was seeing things? Can you feel that when you are loving someone, that you are looking at them exactly as the source within you is looking at them? And can you feel that when you're hating them, even if you feel justified in your hatred, that you are not seeing them as the source within you is seeing them? And do you think that your source is just blind to the dumb stuff they've done? Or do you think that the source within you is seeing who they really are, not who they're temporarily being in this moment? So you're hating them, you're angry at them, and you agree that the source within you is not looking at them like you are, yes? So, since the source within you is not looking at them like you are through your eyes of hatred, then you're using them as your excuse to separate yourself from source, yes? Is it worth it? Well, for a while it seems like it is. Because they were really bad. Esther says, Abraham, give me a break. You got to admit, that was pretty rotten. And over time, we wore her down because we would not join her in her negative picture. And when you understand that the source within you will never join you in your negative picture, that's what we mean when we say, you got to give it up if you ever want to be happy. You have to acclimate to who you really are, because who you really are is never going to acclimate to who you are. Who you really are is too sure-footed, too long in that energy of well-being, too much the basis of well-being. So when parents or teachers or those who are giving you that long list of pitfalls that you need to watch out for begin telling you the story about this evil stream and this source of evil and this devil and this Satan and all of this bad stuff that you need to watch out for, we want you to understand that in every case, that's just more of that separation from who you really are. There is not a stream of evil or a stream of badness. There is only a stream of well-being which you are allowing or not. And when you don't allow it, it feels pretty bad. And as it feels pretty bad, we can see how you'd give it pretty big labels. And we can see how you would then begin warning people about it. But we want you to understand, from this point forward, we think you will, every time you warn anybody about anything that you know they don't want to live, you are queuing them up for an activated vibration that is keeping them apart from what they really do want to live. You cannot create in the reality of another because you cannot get within them and vibrate. But you can offer enough stimulation of thought that you can influence someone's vibration. And as you influence their vibration, you got to ask yourself, do you want to replace their guidance system? Or do you want to be an example that is helping them to understand that every one of them has guidance within them? If they learn to listen for it, they will always know how to get to what they're wanting. So we want you to be joyful and we want you to be fulfilled. And fulfilled means every time keeping up with who you have become. That's all it means. Moving in the direction of who you have become. Nice to know. Some things you want to talk about. You came vibrationally to us before you dragged your physical bodies here. And so do not worry. Everything that you're wanting to know will be fully discussed in ways that you will hear clearly.